warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, good afternoon to all my students. Coba untuk dinyalakan dulu kameranya. Apa nang? Enggak, bukan. Oke, pada pertemuan hari ini siapa aja sih? Modu udah masuk kah? Belum masuk kayaknya Modu. Oke, teman-teman, pertemuan kali ini tidak akan terlalu banyak karena posisinya nanti ini masih pertemuan pertama, jadi nanti masih kontrak kuliah. Nanti saya di semester ini akan dibantu oleh Mbak Helen. Tapi pada hari ini saya tidak bisa full sampai akhir karena posisi saya juga pas ada agenda lain yang memang bersamaan. Makanya nanti yang menjelaskan untuk perkuliahan selama 1 semester itu Mbak Helen akan dijelaskan beberapa hal mengenai materi apa saja yang harus disampaikan. Jadi nanti teman-teman bisa mendownload materinya di MyClass, silabusnya yang versi PPT nanti akan saya upload juga di MyClass, kebetulan hari ini belum saya upload. Nah, karena posisi juga saya jam 13 ada kegiatan lain, terutama karena memang ini tidak bisa digantikan ya, sebenarnya kalau ada yang menggantikan mungkin saya bisa join kelas, cuman posisi tidak ada yang bisa menggantikan, jadi memang harus hadir. Dan saya juga harus memperbaiki beberapa hal yang diperlukan untuk persiapan sertifikasi AUN dan ISK. Jadi nanti teman-teman bisa dibantu sementara untuk di handle Mbak Helen terlebih dahulu. Nah, oke, mungkin itu dari saya untuk pengantar secara sekilas. Nanti Mbak Helen bisa diteruskan. Ini Modu kayaknya belum masuk kayaknya. Modu, how are you Modu? Kayaknya belum ada.
Access yet.
Oke. Oke, itu teman-teman ya, mohon maaf yang sebesar-besarnya untuk pertemuan pertama ini saya tidak bisa join sampai akhir season. Insya Allah minggu depan untuk materi saya akan sampaikan untuk materi pertemuan pertamanya. Oke, itu dari saya akhiri. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alright, so guys, this meeting will be handled by me, and before we start our lecture today, should I introduce myself to you guys? No, right? Is there anyone there?
Yes, Mbak.
Okay. So guys, before we go to the, before I explain about the what we will learn today or one semester, please go through my class and then please answer the question in pre-test. So here I will share the screen for you guys. So please open your my class, and then the display of my class will be like this one, and then please go to the first meeting that already exists there, and then please go to pretest. So I have or we have the 5 question that you should answer, and then after this, before I explain about the syllabus and about what we will learn in this semester, you should answer the question in pre-test first, and then we will discuss. Just make sure that you familiar with our topic today, because in this semester you will talking about almost all the topic will talking about the bureaucracy, right? So you guys, I give you 5 minutes to answer the question, and then we will start after that.
Mbak,
Uh-huh.
excuse me, Mbak. I have a problem with my class. I don't know. pas ditekan itu Mbak, dia tulisannya koneksi Anda tidak pribadi gitu Mbak.
Oh, kenapa ya?
Nggak tahu Mbak.
What about another student?
Punya saya gini.
Hi guys, can you answer me? What about?
Aman Mbak kalau saya.
Oh. Kok kamu mah ikut mata kuliah ini?
I'm sorry, Mbak Helen. I can't hear you.
Okay, so guys, once again, before we start our meeting today, we already provide you pre-test to understand. I mean, like to test you that you know or that you're familiar with this topic. So please go through my class and then click the pre-test section and then please answer the question. The question only consists of 5 questions, and yeah, the question each question will be multiple choice, but only 2 choices, so easy for you guys. So I think 5 minutes is enough, very enough.
Okay, Mbak, got it. Thank you.
All right, so guys, if you all, how many are you guys? I thought that 40 something, right?
Hello.
But why still 29? Yeah. Hello, Modo. How are you?
I am fine. Is it that you mean the test is all objective?
Can
You
you?
mean the test is it objective like the options? You just have to choose one.
Yeah.
From the two.
Yeah. You just choose one, and then
Okay.
after that we will discuss the answer.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. We will start in 1:20. Is it enough for you? What about the student that still have problem with my class?
I will try. I will try to borrow my friend's phone.
Okay, but it's okay. Don't worry. If you cannot open it, don't push yourself. It's only a pretest, but I think it's useful. Will be useful for you.
Okay, Mbak.
So anyone, another student have a problem? No, right?
Mbak Helen, itu mata kuliah saya baru di-enroll sama Mbak Kinan, jadi belum bisa akses ke mata kuliahnya ini.
Oke.
Tapi lagi ditunggu.
Oke.
Ya, makasih Mbak.
Sama-sama. Guys, can you open your camera? Okay, Hagi, Awalia, Dodi. You guys already finished to answer the pretest?
Yes, Miss. I have.
Okay, so but here only 9 students that already respond the question. Only Salsa, Satria, Fadila, Dodi, Muhammad Hagi, Lutfia, Aditya, Dian, Indira. Oh, now it's 11. Dodi masih ngulang berapa mata kuliah?
banyak, Mbak. Semester ini 24
Astaga.
SKS.
Kamu udah exchange belum?
Udah kemarin, tapi yang online.
Oh. Di mana?
Asia. Persiki.
Kalau ke Taiwan ketemu aku berarti ya? Kalau ke sini
Nggak mau
maksudnya.
Nggak mau tapi saya.
Astagfirullahaladzim.
Emang Mbak Helen S2 apa S3 sih? Di
Menurut
sana?
Ngana?
S1.
Iya.
Gimana Mbak Taiwan? COVID masih?
Aman. Aman di sini. Masih tapi aman. Maksudnya nggak ada penambahan kasus. Terakhir kemarin sebelum Imlek.
Mbak Helen masih di Taiwan ini?
Ya masih. No, I'm in Taiwan. Right now. In Tainan.
Oh. Hati-hati Mbak.
Harusnya lebih hati-hati di Indo dong.
Tapi kan Taiwan dekat Cina.
But Taiwan is safe.
Iya sih.
Okay, guys. So I think you guys already, yeah, it's okay. Only 14 students. Okay, so before I explain what we will learn in this semester, so now hear your answer. Okay, so first question, what is bureaucracy? The blue one is the correct one. And then the red one, I don't know, maybe one student just, you know, a wrong answer, but it's okay. So actually bureaucracy is an organization. Bureaucracy is an organization, structure, division of labor and hierarchy, content an institution that is important to carry out the task to be more orderly, for example, government, hospital, school, and so on and so forth. So the answer is A, or the blue one. So, well, for actually for bureaucracy helps companies to move a structured manner with clear boundaries is about the bureaucracy in business. So bureaucracy in general is the answer is in blue color, and then for the business in bureaucracy in business is the red one. So the question is, what is bureaucracy? It means that what is bureaucracy in general? So the answer is blue color. And then second one, what kind of the type of bureaucracy? Well, actually, if we are talking about the bureaucracy, and then the first question, I already mentioned about the organization. So the answer is A or blue color. It consists of ministries, region. It means organization in region. For example, in Department of Education, Department of Culture, and so on and so forth. Institution, agencies, and also office. Because in Indonesia, we already, you know, the government have many nomenclature or many the name of the department. For example, ada yang namanya kantor, ya kan? Kantor agraria misalnya. Kemudian ada yang menamainya badan or institution. Jadi itu semua adalah birokrasi. That's all the bureaucracy. And then for executive, well, actually executive is the political, you know, political side or political, how to say? It's include the political. Why? After this, we will discuss why executive, we call it political, not bureaucracy. And then second, the third one, who runs the bureaucracy? Okay, all, not all. president and bureaucrats. So actually, who runs the bureaucracy is bureaucrats. So bureaucracy is an organization, but a people or person that in charge to run the bureaucracy is bureaucrats, not president, right? And the fourth question, the differences between politics and also the bureaucracy. So the first one is bureaucracy does not have a career path or career way, while politics has. Another one is politics does not have a career path, while the bureaucracy has. Unfortunately, you all make, mostly shouldn't make a mistakes, because the right one or the correct one is, the correct one is the red color. So actually politics does not have the career. If you just like a legislative member, you will not be the you will have the improve your career. Nggak ada yang namanya maha DPR gitu kan. Di atas DPR nggak ada DPR lagi, mentok gitu. Jadi kenapa birokrasi itu yang punya jenjang karir? Karena kalau kita bicara di Indonesia ya, if you are talking in Indonesia, the position of bureaucracy, like they should follow the regulation first, and then they should wait for the recruitment, and then after that they should follow the selection and something and so and so forth. So birokrasi itu punya jenjang karir. Jadi misalnya dari yang staff misalnya, for example staff, and then next year or next 2 year you will have a career in head of department, for example. Jadi kalau birokrasi yang punya jenjang karir birokrasi. Tapi kalau politik itu mentok, kalau kamu jadi anggota DPR ya DPR aja, nggak akan bisa naik lagi. Kalau DPR itu kan dibatasi dengan waktu. The representative bodies just it's by a time. For example, in Indonesia, for the president and also for the legislative member, will elect on every 5 years, ya kan? Kalau di Taiwan 4 tahunan, tapi kalau di Indonesia 5 tahunan. Ya udah habis itu ganti. Tapi kalau birokrasi atau birokrat, dia punya jenjang karir sampai umur dia di batas yang ditentukan pemerintah. For example, if you be the staff itu biasanya 60 tahun atau 58 tahun. Tapi kalau kamu jadi kepala bagian atau kepala dinas misalnya, itu bisa sampai 60-an tahun gitu. So understand? Okay. And then the last question is about the bureaucracy as a civil servant or civil community. Ini 50-50 ya, yang nggak 50-50 banget sih, tapi yang benar adalah yang biru, civil servant. Jadi remember, kalau kalian jadi birokrasi nanti jangan, wah jadi PNS nih, no. But you will be the civil servant. Kamu tuh pelayan publik. Jadi kamu tuh wajib melayani masyarakat, gitu. So that's all. Jadi I think the first question clear ya. Jadi semua mahasiswa mostly shouldn't answer the correct question, correct answer. Kemudian yang kedua juga banyak yang menjawab betul. Yang ketiga banyak juga yang menjawab betul. Yang keempat masih banyak yang salah, tapi jawaban yang betul adalah the red color. Politics does not have a career, but bureaucracy has a career. Terus yang terakhir, bureaucracy as a civil servant. Jadi ingat bahwa kita selama 1 semester ini akan belajar pelayan publik, seorang pelayan publik, civil servant. Gitu ya. Alright, so it's okay for you guys that karena pretest nggak akan dinilai, hanya untuk pengetahuan aja seberapa sudah tahukah kamu sejauh mana. Because jadi dosen itu tahu seberapa pengetahuan mahasiswanya sebelum mata kuliah ini dimulai seperti apa gitu ya. So guys, do you have any question before I continue the materials or we will discuss about the syllabus? Do you have any question? No? Satria? Modo? Can you understand what I just explained to you? I'm so sorry, I still use bilingual or bahasa and also English to make sure the Indonesian student.
Yes, I understand.
Okay. All right, so guys, before we go to the syllabus, I just want to make sure you that once again, bureaucracy is not about the politics, but bureaucracy is about the civil servant. And then the bureaucracy is organization that support the government to implement the policy. So as the function or the role of the bureaucracy that you have to remember is bureaucracy is the implementator of the policy. Once again, so before we go to the materials or the syllabus, I just want you. Okay, so please, Modo, I record this meeting. So if you miss some words or miss some section, you can play this record, and then I will post in my class. I answer the Modo question. Well, okay, we continue to the bureaucracy. So, well, actually, bureaucracy is the implementator of the policy. Jadi, sekali lagi, birokrasi itu atau birokrat itu orangnya, birokrasi itu organisasinya. Ya, jadi birokrat itu adalah seorang yang mengimplementasikan atau implementator, orang yang mengimplementasikan sebuah kebijakan. Jadi kebijakan itu diambil oleh bagiannya politik yang mengambil kebijakan selain dari DPR RI, DPRD. Pernah teman-teman dengar, peraturan ini diajukan atau dipropos oleh presiden atau pemerintah, ya nggak? Jadi kalau kita bicara undang-undang, ya di undang-undang di level nasional or regulation di level regional atau local government, itu bisa dipropos atau bisa diusulkan oleh pemerintah atau oleh DPR. Nah, kenapa tadi saya bilang bahwa eksekutif it's not a bureaucracy? Karena pemerintah, presiden, dan menteri itu dipilih bukan melalui rekrutmen dan seleksi, tetapi ditunjuk langsung. Jadi, menteri-menterinya Pak Presiden dan Presiden itu termasuk dari bagiannya politik, sistemnya ya. Jadi, kalau Yang menjalankan roda pemerintahan ya pemerintah. Pemerintah itu ya presiden beserta jajarannya gitu ya. Tetapi kalau kita mendefinisikan birokrasi, membedakan antara birokrasi dan politics, you should clearly about two things. Pertama adalah birokrasi itu harus melalui tahapan rekrutmen dan seleksi. Tetapi kalau politik itu biasanya akan dipilih, entah itu ditunjuk langsung atau dipilih melalui pemilihan umum. You got it? Kalau aku bisa melihat wajah Anda semua, nggak perlu suara gini-gini, bisa. Tapi kalau misalnya kalian nggak ada fotonya semua, nggak ada mukanya semua, saya nggak tahu apakah Anda understand what I mean or not. Gitu. Jadi sekali lagi bahwa birokrasi itu adalah implementatornya atau orang yang mengimplementasikan kebijakan yang dibuat oleh legislatif atau kebijakan yang dibuat oleh politik. Gitu ya. Misalnya ada peraturan Menteri Kelautan dan Perikanan. Ya wajar yang membuat kebijakannya ya menteri, karena menteri adalah bagian dari politik. Gitu ya. Jadi jangan bingung. So please don't be confused. We just we just try to determine what is bureaucracy and what is politics. Gitu. Jadi kalau di sistem pemerintahan yang menjalankan roda pemerintahan itu ya pemerintah. Tetapi kalau kita membagi lagi, if we try to determine about the arena of politics and also the bureaucracy, it separate. I mean, presiden dan menterinya itu adalah termasuk di dalam jabatan politik karena dia dipilih, bukan melalui secara rekrutmen dan seleksi. That's the thing. Gitu ya. Nah, di sini kita akan lebih banyak membahas birokrasinya ini. Pertanyaan yang menggugah logika kalian. Di DPR RI, di DPRD itu ada yang namanya sekretariat negara atau sekretariat daerah. Pertanyaan saya adalah, sekretariat negara itu termasuk ranahnya politik atau birokrasi? So you will answer the question?
Birokrasi, Miss.
Ya, Hagi.
Birokrasi.
Betul. Karena yang ada di sekretariat negara itu adalah PNS atau ASN yang melalui seleksi dan rekrutmen dan seleksi. Tetapi kalau person, misalnya Dodi adalah anggota DPR. Jadi Dodi adalah politik, paham ya? Tetapi orang yang membantu, kalau di pemerintahan itu kan nggak mungkin menteri bekerja sendiri, kemudian DPR bekerja sendiri, tetapi ada sekretariatannya kan? Nah, orang-orang yang ada di sekretariatannya atau sekretariat itu dinamakan birokrasi. Jadi, untuk gampang mengetahui bahwa ini birokrasi atau politik, dia melalui seleksinya apa? Ditunjuk langsung, melalui pemilihan umum, atau dia melalui rekrutmen dan seleksi. As simple as that. Gitu. Nah, yang akan kita bahas dari level nasional ke level regional atau local government. Ya, kalau kita bicara level nasional, ada sekretariat negara, kemudian ada PNS atau ASN yang ada di kementerian-kementerian. Bukan menterinya ya, bukan menterinya, tetapi orang-orang di dalam kementerian itu. Kalau Pak Menteri, Bu Menterinya pasti politik. But the person that support or implement the regulation by the government or that minister, itu yang namanya birokrasi. Right? Kalau di daerah, we will discuss about, ya tadi yang saya bilang, ada kantor, ada badan, ada dinas-dinas, dan lain sebagainya. Atau paling gampang adalah kita akan bahas PNS sama kita akan bahas ASN, P3 dan PNS. Udah, that's all. Oke ya, clear ya? Do you guys have any question? So Modo, if you already finished or if you already come back, just tell me.
Yes, I am back.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So Modo, in this section or in this lecture, we will discuss about the bureaucracy. But yeah, in Indonesia, we separate bureaucracy and politics, and in government, we have two arena, politics and also the bureaucracy. So what is the politics is about the president and also the minister, because minister and because the president just elected by the election, and then for the minister just propose or just choose by the president. So that's why a president and also the minister not including the bureaucracy. So what is the bureaucracy, like what the differences between bureaucracy and also the politics. So bureaucracy, we try to determine that bureaucracy is the implementator of the policy. So for example, the minister just have the regulation or just propose the regulation. So the staff of the minister will implement the policy, and we call it that the bureaucracy. So in this lecture, we will more discussing about the bureaucracy arena, such as the organization, institution, agency, department, and so on and so forth, both in a national or local government. Understand?
Yes, thank you.
All right. So, guys, if you already opened the my class, actually, I already, okay, sorry.
Mbak,
Dodi?
may I ask question?
Mm-hmm.
But not for you, for Mondo, because I'm really curious about what is happening outside Indonesia.
Okay.
I think about bureaucracy.
Mm-hmm.
Mondo, can I ask one question for you? How about bureaucracy in your country? Because are you from Gambia or
Gambia?
Oh yeah, Gambia.
Yeah, Modo is
how
from
about Gambia bureaucrat?
Yes, we also have bureaucrats, but not that much strong, because we do focus on the government. Most of the activities are carried by the president and his ministers, but we also have organizations that that represent some regions, and then main organizations that form policies and then run in the interest of the people.
Yeah,
and they are independent.
I think the same situation in Indonesia, but I don't know, because in the next meeting we will try to analyze or try to identify the problems in bureaucracy and so on and so forth. So maybe the situation is the situation is different, but if the structure or the role of the bureaucracy and politics, I think it's still same, because yeah, minister, president, and also the legislative have the power to make the policy or regulation, right?
Yes, it's somehow similar, because we also using a presidential system, and we are working in accordance to democracy.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
By the way, thank you, Mondo.
You're welcome.
Modo, Dodi is your senior. No, just kidding. All right, so guys, we continue to discuss about the syllabus here. So the syllabus for the government bureaucracy, we have 16 meetings here. Jadi kita punya 16 pertemuan. So first meeting, we will try to define or try to understand the basic concept, a term of definition of government bureaucracy. As I already mentioned to you that you should know the differences between politics and also the bureaucracy, and then what the bureaucracy we will learn about organization and so forth. So actually in this section, beside the you know so the schedule of the lecture and also the syllabus, we already know about the basic concept of the government bureaucracy. But if you want to more discuss about the bureaucracy itself, we will talk and then we will discuss later after I explain the syllabus to you. And then second one, we try to understand, or second meeting, it means next week, we try to identify or we try to define the idea of bureaucracy. Because if you know, some philosophes or some scholars have different perception or have different definition about the bureaucracy itself. Like for example, Weber, Marx, Mosca, Michels, and so forth. Like, sorry Mbak, I cannot. So guys, my voice is very.
I can hear it, Mbak.
Okay, so maybe your signal, Erlin, but it's okay because this meeting I just record, so you can apply, so you can play in my class later. After this class, I will upload it, our meeting. So we go to the next. I just forgot what I'm saying. Okay, so the idea of bureaucracy is like, for example, one scholar said that bureaucracy is organization, but one scholar said that bureaucracy is about the administrator. Yeah, we will try to understand it, and then maybe we will try to identify in Indonesia what kind of definition of bureaucracy that we use. And then for Modo, after we know about the all definition, all the perception about the scholar or about the philosopher that try to define the bureaucracy, you can also identify the bureaucracy means in your country. And then in the third meeting, we try to focus on profile, structure, and performance of bureaucracy as an organization. We try to definitely understand about what is the performance of bureaucracy as an organization. It means that as an organization, bureaucracy have the role and also the functions to, one of the performance that we can see is as the civil servant, how they deliver the public services, like how they give the service to the citizen. For example, if you go to the Department of maybe population and like, I don't know how to say in English, like akta, if dukcapil ya, pendudukan dan dinas pencatatan itu. For example, or maybe in the Department of Health, apakah mereka berlama-lama, apakah mereka itu gercep dan lain sebagainya. So we will talking all about the performance. And then next meeting, we will try to discuss about the development of government bureaucratic power and bureaucratic neutrality. Because as you know that according to the history, bureaucracy or bureaucratic is not really neutral. If you maybe if you still remember about the Golkar party. Ya, jadi kalau zaman dulu in Indonesia we have one political party which is Golkar that have a very big power, and then Golkar party can influence the bureaucrat to choose the party to win the election. Nah, makanya kenapa kita bahas nanti sejarahnya seperti apa, how the history of bureaucratic power and munculnya bureaucratic neutrality. Jadi kenapa birokrat itu harus netral? Kenapa birokrat itu tidak boleh memihak satu parti atau satu partai, and so forth, gitu. And then after that, you will have the review articles. So sorry, just typo review in English ya. Itu masih bahasa Indonesia. Or I just typo to type that. Jadi for your competence examination in the first term, you will have the review article, and then I will give you some article that you have to review, and then how you review, I will tell you the structure. I mean, like it will be review like in the last semester, in the beginning of your semester. I mean, in the first semester. On PPT or on Word, it's depend, but I will inform you later about the review of your article. So the article will be consists of the several topics before in meetings 2 and until meetings 4. So the article will be consist or will be variety in second meeting until fourth meeting. So after that, after you have a review articles assignment as the exam 1, we continue to the 6th meeting. We will discuss about the roles and duties or the roles and tasks of the bureaucracy. So as bureaucracy, what is the role of the bureaucracy itself? And then what is the task? What is the function of bureaucracy? So we will discuss more detail in 6th meeting. And then after that, we go to the 7th meeting, modern concept of bureaucracy. So actually we have a 7 modern concept of bureaucracy. So what kind of 7 point? Yeah, we will discuss it later. And of course, after we study about the modern concept of bureaucracy, we still have the relationship between politics. Even I already mentioned to you that we don't want to focus on politics in this lecture or in this subject. We will focus on bureaucracy, but again, because bureaucracy and politics in Indonesia cannot separate. You know, in the last semester in the government science principle or government science introduction, if you still remember that politics and bureaucracy is very hard to separate in Indonesia, because politics have the power to interface or intervention of bureaucracy. So that's why in this point or in this meeting, in 8th meeting, we try to identify what is the bureaucracy and politics, what is maybe the relationship, and then what is the how to say coordination, cooperation, and so on and so forth. And the next meeting, you guys will have the midterm or second examination. So for your midterm, you will have the materials or the question will be consist of a second meeting until 8th meeting. And then the next one, we try to discuss about the bureaucratic function and bureaucratic controls model. Yeah, because it will focus on the bureaucratic bureaucratic reform. So like, yeah, I think in many countries try to reform their bureaucratic to have a more, or to have a great performance. So that's why the bureaucratic have to be reformed. So in meeting 10 or 10 meeting, we will try to focus on the bureaucratic reform. And then after that, we try to discuss about the pathology of bureaucracy. Pathology means disease, but not really disease. It means the problem in bureaucracy. What kind of the problem in bureaucracy? Yeah, we call it the pathology. Pathology means disease, but not really disease in health, but disease like a problem or issue in bureaucracy. And then for the 12 meeting, we try to discuss about the bureaucratic reform and corruption control. Yeah, because you know, in bureaucracy, not only in politics, in bureaucracy, we still have problem like for the corruption, collusion, and nepotism. So that's why we want to know you, or give you some materials about the corruption control, how the government or how the bureaucracy can control the bureaucrats. One things that already did by Indonesia is by merit system. If you still remember about the merit system, I already give you this brief materials in the first semester. Please open it. And then in the 13th meeting, we have forum discussion. So Mbak, what is the differences between forum discussion in each meeting? Because if you familiar with me and Mas Eko or Pak Awang, we try to evaluate your understanding about the materials to make the forum, right? So in each section, you will have the forum discussion to discuss about the material that's already gave to you. But in the 13 forum or 13 meeting, we have the big forum discussion. Why it's big forum discussion? Because, like for example, in each forum or in each discussion, me and Mas Eko, only me and Mas Eko that will give you you score. I mean, like for example, in the end of your lecture, I will give you the transparency of your score, and then like for example, discussion 1 you will got the 70 points, or discussion 2 you will have 80 points, and so on and so forth. And then there is no one that try to reply or try to give their opinion about the discussion itself. But in the forum in the 13 meeting, you will have a big forum discussion for the third examination, because first the lecturer or me and Pak Eko will give you some issue about the bureaucracy, about the materials, and then only like for example 1 hour or 2 hour you have to comment. First you have to answer the question, and then after that you have to looking for another student comment or another student answer, and then you try, if you don't agree with that opinion, or maybe you want to support their opinion, you can type also, yeah, blah 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 blah. So the big forum discussion we try to make in class, but by online. Kalau misalnya di kelas kan tunjuk tangan ya. if we are in class and then offline class, we just, okay, I give you one question and then please give your opinion. Angkat tangan, angkat tangan, angkat tangan, ya kan? But because we cannot make it offline, but I don't know if the condition changing to better condition for the pandemic, we can meet in class, but we try to make the discussion as active as you can. I mean like, jadi kalau each section, kalau misalnya di pertemuan 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 dan seterusnya, teman-teman punya discussion, you will give the 1 weeks to answer the question. Tapi kalau di sini, di forum discussion ini, in this forum discussion, you only have 1 or 2 hours to discuss. Jadi bedanya adalah kita memainkan jari-jari kita untuk berpikir kemudian diketik. Kalau misalnya di kelas kan, oke, kita mengonsepkan, ditulis, kemudian menjawab. Mbak, saya mau jawab gini. But karena kita nggak bisa apa-apa, kita mencoba untuk memaksimalkan di online. So in the 13 forum, teman-teman harus cepat. Teman-teman harus berpikir cepat. You have to try to thinking as fast as you can. Kemudian kamu harus baca komenan orang lain atau jawaban orang lain. If you are agree, just give the argumentative support to support the opinion of the student. Tetapi kalau misalnya kamu nggak setuju, misalnya, jadi kayak debat, tetapi ilmiah, tapi diketik gitu. Tapi kalau di kelas kan, Mbak, saya kurang sepakat dengan pendapat ini because bla 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 bla. Terus ada yang give the strong opinion untuk menguatkan pendapatmu. Nah, kayak gitu-gitu. Gitu ya. Jadi kalau di forum discussion, kita hanya dibatasi waktu mungkin pada saat kuliah, yaitu 1 jam atau 2 jam. Tetapi kalau in each section, di forum-forum yang lain, nggak dibalas nggak apa-apa. Kamu punya waktu 1 minggu untuk menjawab soal itu. That's the differences of in every week forum discussion and big discussion forum in 13 meeting. And then in the 14 meeting, you will have a good governance. Yeah, I know that you already got the materials about the good governance, but here will be specific on the bureaucracy. And then the 15 meetings, we will have a bureaucratic relation with the state. Kita akan bedah lagi yang namanya Old Public Administration. We will discuss more about the OPA, OPA, Old Public Administration, New Public Administration, kemudian New Public Service. Gitu ya. And then the last section will be final exam. So, yeah. And then done. You pass the second semester. So what about the point assessment? First, for the first exam, you will got 20 points. And then second, you will have a 25. In the third examination, you will have 20. And then on the fourth examination, you will have 35 points. But ini secara keseluruhan. Like for example, I will give you quiz, I will give you discussion in each forum, itu akan jadi tambahan nilai kalian, seperti biasa. So guys, please don't miss you have to make sure that you don't miss the task or assignment. Jadi please read carefully on WhatsApp group, or maybe you have to frequently open the my class to know or to get the information about the assignment. Ya. Kalau misalnya lupa absen, don't be worried. Lupa absen itu kalau nanti saya lihat nggak lebih dari 5 kali, ya mungkin emang lupa. Tapi kalau absennya nggak dinilai kok, nggak usah absen. itu akan jadi pertimbangan juga. Gitu ya, karena absennya itu sekarang the attendance itu dari universitas yang ngatur. Jadi kita dosen nggak bisa memodifikasi lagi, semuanya ada nanti transparansinya dari universitas. Gitu. So don't forget after this to open your My Class and then please select the attendance and checklist your attendance. Gitu. Alright, so do you guys any question? Itu soal perkuliahan kita. Apakah ada pertanyaan, guys? Erlin? No?
I think it's clear, Mbak.
Oke, Satria, thank you. Oke ya, clear ya. Jadi, itu sih. So far, kalau misalnya teman-teman itu good cooperation as the previous semester, as your first semester, I think A point it's not hard or it's not difficult to you. Gitu ya. Yang penting jangan sampai miss tugasnya. Oh iya, sama satu lagi teman-teman. One thing that you have to know, sekarang itu sistem My Class, itu nilainya akan langsung terintegrasi dengan yang namanya KRS atau apa ya kalian? Key-in, ya. Ya, pokoknya yang kalian KRS itu. So, make sure jangan sampai ada kejadian like a first semester. Jadi kalau misalnya, Mbak, saya nggak ngumpulin di My Class, tapi ngumpulin di Mbak Helen aja ya. Kalau nggak ada barangnya, sekarang nggak bisa dinilai. So, all the things should exist on My Class. Jadi nggak bisa lagi, Mbak dikirim ke WA Mbak Helen aja ya, gitu. Kalau misalnya ada perbaikan boleh, misalnya kayak saya nggak nemu nih, ternyata saya nggak bisa buka inimu, apa namanya, kerjaanmu, misalnya different type of the document, kan ada kan yang laptop satu dengan yang lain beda misalnya. Itu mungkin harus upload ulang atau gimana gitu. Tapi yang jelas sekarang itu sistemnya lebih bagus lagi. UMY try to develop My Class, jadi sekarang semua itu harus exist di My Class. Jadi for you guys, if you late to collect the assignment, ya di situ juga akan tertulis gitu ya, ataupun kosong. Jadi kalau kosong memang nggak ada nilainya. So once again about the quiz or about the I think the quiz. Kalau semester kemarin saya bisa menaikkan nilai teman-teman. So for example, in your class iGov, the average of the quiz, one quiz yang waktu itu di kelas Pak Awang, kalau teman-teman ingat, itu rata-ratanya cuma 5. Gitu ya. Nah, di akhir semester, karena saya nggak mau nilai teman-teman itu banyak yang jelek, akhirnya nilai kuisnya saya naikkan. Itu bisa. I cannot did it very well. Maksudnya, ketika nilai teman-teman 50, saya naikkan ke 60. Yang nilainya 60 jadi 90, itu bisa. But now, from now, I cannot do that anymore. Kenapa? Karena nilai itu kan, jadi saya nggak bisa bikin Excel lagi nilainya, tapi nilai itu akan langsung terakumulasi, kemudian penilaian itu langsung setelah teman-teman selesai, saya selesai nilai, langsung muncul di KRS. Jadi nggak perlu nunggu lama seminggu, 2 minggu. Gitu ya. So make sure if I give you the quiz or give you the question in my class, if you don't understand, please just ask me. Please just ask me. Gitu. Kalau quiz, pertanyaannya itu simple tetapi menjebak. Kalau orangnya itu detail, pasti benar. Tapi kalau keburu-buru, pasti salah. Itu ya pesan saya. Because quiz itu nilainya 10% sendiri. Jadi kalau 10% itu nggak maksimal, menghancurkan nilai yang lain. Gitu ya. So, please, untuk quiz aja. Tapi kalau misalnya untuk yang discussion, kemudian yang ujian, itu kan karena esai. So, I can give you the score based on your, your ability. Mungkin saya nggak akan tega ngasih nilai 60, minimal paling 70. Itu masih bisa saya type. Tapi kalau quiz tuh kayak otomatis aja kalian ngisi, keluar nilai, udah. Karena saya kalau quiz itu kan saya bikin soal harus ada jawabannya, kuncinya. Nah, walaupun Anda nggak bisa ngelihat skornya berapa, di saya langsung muncul. Nggak bisa dirubah-rubah. Gitu. Dan karena sudah semester 2, you guys already in the second semester, so please try to develop your thought or try to deploy your critical thinking. Ya, jadi bukan lagi kalau yang kemarin semester 1 masih kopas-kopas, oke lah. Karena teman-teman masih menyesuaikan kuliahnya. But then, in the second semester until the next semester, I suggest you to develop your critical thinking. Karena itu sangat membantu teman-teman ketika nanti juga skripsi. Gitu. Kalau udah dari awal itu sudah mau berpikir kritis, kemudian nggak kopas-kopas, kemudian banyak membaca sebagai referensi, kemudian try to develop your thinking or your thought by yourself, itu mudah. Mbak, nulis tuh susah ya? Dulu saya juga gitu, susah. Tetapi karena udah terbiasa, jadi mudah aja gitu. Itu pesan saya. Karena kan sekarang di Indonesia lagi banyak kasus rektor di plagiat, profesor apalagi yang pokoknya banyak hal-hal seperti itu ya. Jadi jangan sampai kita ya kena lah, maksudnya ada kasus itu gitu. Okay. Do you guys any question? Muhammad Noreza luar biasa loh ngikut kuliah sambil jalan. But you can still hear me, right, Noreza?
Ya, mohon maaf, Miss.
Alright.
Sambil jalan sama ngantar kakak.
It's okay. Yeah. Thank you for your good cooperation. Walaupun di jalan tetap masih kuliah. I really appreciate it.
Sorry, Miss.
Okay, guys, do you have any question?
Nothing, Mbak.
Oke, ada yang mau didiskusikan nggak before we leave this meeting?
Mbak.
Siapa?
Ini Mbak, aku masih ke enroll Mbak. Tadi pakai HP ini.
Bisa ke enroll?
Aku punya masih ke enroll Mbak. Tadi udah bisa.
Oke. Nggak apa-apa, yang penting you guys please just make sure that you enroll the system ya sebelum minggu depan, karena mulai minggu depan kan mulai ada tugas. Kalau minggu ini teman-teman bebas tugas karena masih pertemuan pertama, but for the next meeting until the end of the class, I mean the end of the meeting, you will give the assignment. So just please make sure that you already enroll. So Modo, can you access my class?
Yes. I already did the pretest.
Okay, good. Dodi, bisa nggak kamu masuk ke my class?
Bisa, Mbak.
Oke. Sip. Ada lagi pertanyaan teman-teman? Oh iya, I already put the reference in my class, so just try to download or try to looking for that reference ya. Jadi kalau kemarin kan pengalaman dari semester 1 di dasar-dasar ilmu pemerintahan itu referensinya kurang. Jadi teman-teman kayak harus nyari sendiri gitu kan. But we try to understand you dan kita belajar, saya, Mas Eko, Pak Awang dan dosen lain belajar untuk untuk provide you more literatur. Jadi saya paling nggak ada 19 atau 20 literatur saya lupa, itu saya masukkan di situ dan bukunya atau artikelnya bisa dicari. Gitu. Itu untuk referensi, penilaian, silabus. And then ya kayak semester lalu ya. Jadi kita itu nanti semester mungkin meeting kayak gini tidak akan banyak karena mengingat kuota teman-teman. Jadi mungkin dalam 16 kali pertemuan itu mungkin kita hanya punya 4 atau 5 kali meeting kayak gini. Selebihnya kita menggunakan platform My Class. I will upload it the materials and then video dan yang lain untuk bisa dipelajari. Gitu. Terus kalau ada, if you guys have any comments atau kritik atau apapun, silahkan ke saya atau Pak Eko boleh. Jadi kita terbuka aja, jangan sampai ada, saya nggak tahu di kelas siapa gitu, ada yang komplain, dosennya katanya nggak pernah masuk atau tugasnya nggak jelas dan lain sebagainya. Itu di kelas reguler ada gitu. Jadi harapannya saya juga karena posisinya mahasiswa ya, jadi I understand you guys karena di sini saya juga mahasiswa. Ya sebisa mungkin mahasiswa itu dapat udah bayar gitu kan. Kasihan orang tua yang kemarin juga karena pandemi ini harus banyak kompensasi, diminta kompensasi ke UMY biar anaknya bisa lanjut kuliah gitu-gitu kan. Jadi sebisa mungkin orang tua juga usaha untuk mencari uang kuliah, terus kalian juga berusaha untuk dapat nilai yang baik, dapat ilmunya. Saya dan Mas Eko dan Pak Awang sebagai pengajarnya juga harus maksimal gitu Kak. Jadi kita sama-sama kerjasama biar enak. Jadi saya nggak makan gaji buta, teman-teman juga nggak merugikan orang tua yang sudah mencari uang, sangat susah, saya ngerti itu. Dan ya teman-teman tetap dapat ilmunya gitu. Gitu ya, jadi kalau nanti, saya nggak akan sakit hati, Mas Eko pasti nggak akan sakit hati. If you guys any critics, any comments tentang mata kuliah kita, just tell me, nggak apa-apa. Nggak terus, kan misalnya Hagi, Mbak aku mau ngeritik gini gitu. Terus nanti takut Mbak Helen ngasih nilainya jelek. No, enggak. Saya tetap objektif. Ketika kamu pekerjaannya bagus, on time, disiplin, ya I will give you A point. Tapi kalau misalnya memang udah ngeritik, nggak pernah masuk, nggak pernah ngerjain tugas, ya wajar saya kasih nilai D gitu kan. Gitu. Oke. Semoga teman-teman selalu sehat dan semoga kita bisa kerjasama dengan baik satu semester ini. Teman-teman dapat ilmu, saya juga dapat ilmu juga gitu. Okay, if you guys don't have any question, we will just leave this meeting. Once again, don't forget to click the attendance in my class. Please checklist dan make sure that you already attend this meeting di my class. Kemudian please download the syllabus, itu untuk sebagai acuannya teman-teman. Jadi misalnya mau belajar dulu sebelum pertemuan, it will be great for you. Jadi teman-teman udah at least udah ngerti dulu apa yang kita mau bahas gitu ya. Alright, thank you so much for this for today. I really appreciate you to join this meeting and then I really happy to see you again. Dan terima kasih banyak teman-teman sudah diajak kerjasama hari ini, saya senang dengan kelas ini. Benar, saya senang dengan kelas iGov karena ya anak-anaknya masih disiplin. Semoga tetap sampai nanti disiplin, oke? Oke, thank you so much. So, bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mbak Helen.
Terima kasih, Mbak Helen.